All right, guys, here we are. It's Saturday night. I got a few things going on. I'm working on this IRS, taking off all the bushings, replacing them all with the full tilt boogie racing kit. But I'm also working on the engine removal on the car, and I'm not going to do it like a how-to, because I'm just going to be showing an overview, a time lapse of me taking it all apart. Not going to be going over all the specific details of taking which piece off, what order, anything like that. But I will show most of the work. I'm going to start by removing the exhaust and drive shaft, and then ultimately I'm going to lift the car off of the engine and transmission and the front suspension. So I'm just gonna drop the K-member and lift the car off of the whole engine and front suspension. So let me set y'all up and we're gonna get started on this. Safety first, boys. Well, I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight. I got the exhaust off, the cat back, the H pipe, and the drive shaft. So I made some pretty good progress. I got the cross mount loose for the transmission, so I've done a good bit of stuff underneath. Now tomorrow, my buddy said he'd come over and help me, and we will start taking apart the engine, disconnecting the radiator, battery, etc., and then dropping the K-member. So it shouldn't take but a few hours and we can have the whole thing out. We'll see how progress goes. Catch y'all later. What's up, guys? We're back at it, ready to get this engine out. I got my buddy coming. He's going to help me, and we should be able to have this thing out in a couple of hours. Again, I'm not going to do a how-to video, but I will kind of tell you along the lines of what I'm doing. I'm going to start, of course, by taking out the battery, taking the fan shroud, air box, removing the coolant lines, draining all that, basically disconnecting it from the body. And then I will unbolt the K-member and then lift the car out from the top, and it'll be out. So, oh, there's Micah. Looks like he's ready to go. So, yeah, we'll show you how it's done. Alright guys, so I had to stop short. We almost had the engine out. Everything's disconnected. I loosened up most of the bolts on the K-member, but there was a few bolts that I couldn't access because the spring, the A-arm is in the way. And so I was gonna remove the wheels and then drop the A-arm lower so that I can access those bolts. And what I found out was there's a security nut on these wheels and I don't have the socket. So I'm not really sure at this point what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try to contact the previous owner and see if he has it, or the previous owner to that, or I don't know what. Maybe there's some tricks that I can look up, but right now I'm not sure how to get this nut off. So we'll find out and I'll be back. Okay, so I was able to get that security lug nut off. It took me a little while, probably longer than it should have, but I just had to hammer on an 18mm 12 point, and it finally got tight enough to where I could flip it, spin it. But you can see I didn't even get the socket on the splines, but I hammered it on really hard and it finally gave way, so it works. I still have to do the two rears, but I'm not concerned with that right now. I just need to get these front tires off so I can drop those A-arms, so I can access the bolts on the subframe and then drop the engine. So I'll put it back on time lapse for y'all. Well, I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight. I got the A-arms down, I got all the bolts loose on the subframe, and it's ready to drop. I would just like a second person here to help me watch for stuff at the top, make sure no wires or hoses or anything that I forgot may get snagged, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna wait until I have some help, and then I'm gonna set it up on jack stands and I'm gonna lift the car off. And that'll be done deal. Then I can start selling all these parts and recouping a little bit of money. And then I can order my Coyote. So looking forward to that. So I'll be right back in just a second and we'll get this thing out of there. Okay guys, we got it out. It wasn't difficult at all. It took a little bit longer than expected because we had some unforeseen issues like those security lug nuts not being able to get the wheel off, but we resolved those pretty quickly and it's out. So looks really good. I'll have the new owner come and pick it up this weekend. Once that's out of here, it'll give me some room to work. I'll lower the car, start working in the engine bay, throwing away everything I can, start cleaning up and getting ready for the Scott Rod panels. And maybe if I want to take a break from that, I'll start working on the interior, maybe do some stuff to the IRS. I got plenty to do and I don't have time to do it in, so I'll just work as a little bit at a time here and there and we'll get it all done eventually, hopefully. My goal is to have the car done by October and bring it to the LMR event. That would be really cool, along with the Cobra R. So hopefully I'll be able to see a lot of y'all there. Hopefully you'll be able to see the ride. That would be really awesome. So that's a pretty tight schedule considering I'm about to have another child in 2 weeks. So we'll see. I'm gonna do the best I can. I would love to bring it. So we'll catch y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.